Hello, this is the syllabus review for Math 126, Precalculus Part 1 for the summer. This is section 4001. It's online. My name is Jeff Downs. Email address jeffrey.downs@wnc.edu. My cell phone there. Use it sparingly and use it respectfully. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. is kind of the window you have. Please don't call after 8 p.m. and don't call before 8 a.m. Homepage is there. I do not do much of the homepage anymore. Most of my stuff's in Canvas. Anyway, prerequisites Math 96 are 3 units of high school mathematics at the level of algebra and above. Course description provides a third course in algebra. Topics include polynomial, rational, and radical equations, absolute value and quadratic inequalities, relations and functions, linear, quadratic, polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions. That's a lot there. Their graphs, applications, and then some systems of equations. Course objectives. Upon completion of this course, successful students should be able to do the following: solve polynomial and radical and rational equations, solve absolute value and quadratic inequalities, identify functions and find inverse functions, find a graph, find slopes and equations of linear functions and use them in models, sketch the graphs of basic functions and transformations of them, graph polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions and use them in models. Solve systems of equations and inequalities, not necessarily linear. Course Credit 3. Transferability within Nevada. This course is designed to apply towards a WNC degree and or transfer to other schools within the Nevada system of higher education, depending on the degree chosen and other courses completed, and may transfer to colleges and universities outside Nevada. For information about how this course can transfer and apply to your program of study, please contact a counselor. Linkage College mission: apply mathematical analytical problem-solving skills through the use of polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions, and the applications of systems of equations, and the application of matrices. Provide instruction that contributes to a student's ability to think critically and solve problems, to reason mathematically, and to apply computational skills. We're using Precalculus 2nd edition by Paul Sison with the Hawks Learning System. You have options for the textbook. You can just you can get the book bundled with the learning software and the ebook. There's the course or the ISBN for that. The textbook bundled with just the software, and there's the ISBN, and the textbook alone, or the ebook with the software. So if you don't want to spend as much money, the ebook with the software is probably the way to go. Check it out. If you want to do your homework or exams online, you have to have the online access. I'm not making that a requirement. You can do those on paper, but if you want to do it online, that's the requirement. Supplies: you need a textbook of some kind, either paper or online. Calculator is recommended you purchase a TI-89 graphing calculator for the class. You may use other types like the TI-83, 84, the Inspire Cas, or the Casio. I'm not as familiar with the Casio. My son has one, but I don't use it that much. I like the TI format. Okay, standard grading scale. You get a midterm at 200 points. Discussions, you need at least 10 at 10 points each for 100 points. Homework 5 chapters at 40 points each, 200 points. Quizzes 10 at 10 points each for 100 points. Final 1 at 200 points for 200 points, for a total of 800 points. So exams will be a midterm. You may take a paper exam or an online exam. Online exams are through the Hawks Learning System and may be repeated to improve the grade. Paper exams are downloaded, worked, scanned as a single PDF file, and uploaded in Canvas by the due date. Paper exams may only be taken once, but the student may choose to improve the grade with an online exam. Paper exams have the advantage of being able to receive partial credit, but there will be no makeup for missed exams. The due date for the midterm is July 8th, 2016. Paper exams must be in my possession by that time. The midterm is worth 200 points. Course ID for the online work is Math 126, Summer 2016. Discussions. You must provide at least 10 postings in the discussion board. The postings must be substantive and not simply say, "I agree." You can either ask a question from our material or you can answer a question. Your first posting should be an introduction about yourself. there is a possible 100 points for the discussion grade. This is the grade that most people get really, and not most people who are surprised about their grade. This is what happens. They don't do the postings, and then they get all mad at the end. Like, well, I didn't know I had to do them. It's in the syllabus. I've made videos talking about them. I've put out, well, there's plenty of a warning here. So do your postings. It's really simple. Watch the Canvas tour. I do a posting there. It takes me all of like 30 seconds. Homework. You have two choices for homework in this class. You can either do Hawkes Learning System section certifications, or it says certify, that's how you do homework, or you can do the homework assigned with each lesson in class. Homework counts for a total of 200 points. If you try the Hawkes and would prefer to go with traditional homework, you may do so. If you do the traditional paper homework, you must scan and upload the Canvas by the due date. I want a PDF as a single file. I don't want 50 pages of some kind of JPEG that I got to convert over and modify so it fits on a page. I want a single PDF file, and there's a great program I found for my cell phone for doing that called Tiny Scanner. Okay, quizzes. There will be 11 quizzes in Canvas. The top 10 quizzes will count for the grade. There's a possible 100 points for the quiz grade. Final exam. There'll be a final exam due on August 5th, 2016. It may be taken on paper or online. There's a possible 200 points for the final exam grade. Attendance. Students are expected to keep pace, log into Canvas on a regular basis. Students failing to keep pace or answer emails from the instructor for 2 or more weeks may be dropped from the course. Any departure from the attendance policy must be pre-approved by June 18th, 2016. Ethics statement: no cheating of any kind will be tolerated. Any student caught cheating, attempting to cheat, or assisting in the cheating of another student will be expelled from the class with the failing grade. And sadly, I've had to start doing that. I've been catching some students, mostly in traditional classes. So I don't want to have a problem with that. It's really a problem if I see two exams that are identical, both correct and incorrect questions, and all the work is the same. It makes me really suspicious. Grade appeals can be made to Director Scott Morrison. Disability statement. Western Nevada College is committed to providing reasonable accommodations for all persons with disabilities. This syllabus is available in alternate formats upon request. Students with disabilities. If you are seeking classroom accommodations under the Americans with Disabilities Act, you are required to register with the Disability Support Services. DSS is located in the Cedar 209 on the Carson City campus. Phone or email is there for Susan Trist. There's her email address. To receive academic accommodations for this class, please obtain the proper DSS forms and meet with me at the beginning of the semester. Here are the important dates for the class. Today we're starting. We have 4th of July off. July 8th, last day to change credit to audit or audit to credit. Okay, and final exam, all good stuff. Here's our schedule. So if you look at the schedule, it looks really short, and it is. We only have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My gosh, look how much we're covering in such a short time. So this is twice the pace of a regular Math 126 class. And 126 is a pretty full class in terms of content. So being here, you need to understand that you're expected to keep the pace of the class. For example, between today and tomorrow, you should be getting through 1.2 through 1.4. Now, Chapter 1 is mostly review. However, I think it's 1.7 might be the one that just, and 1.8, they're like, oh, most people forget about that. They've done it before, and they don't want to have to keep thinking about it. But it's here. We got to know those skills. Completing the square is important. So get up on that. Chapter 2 is not bad. It's mostly graphing lines and circles. Chapter 3, we get into some polynomials. Then we get into Chapter 4, we're dividing polynomials and a lot of that good stuff, finding zeros. Chapter 5 is my favorite chapter in the entire book. It's logarithms and exponential functions. So here are the quizzes and what they cover. And you can see when the quizzes are due in this calendar. Okay, I hope I have answered any questions you might have. If not, please feel free to send me an email. I will see you online.